So when we ask you to scream out against anti-Semitism, you have every right to look us back in the eye and say, scream for me as well, and we all need to start screaming for each other. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Stuart. This is so wonderful of you. Words that I will never forget. I wanted to introduce our friend Sheryl Sandberg in a minute, but I wanted to first thank a few people for making this event really happen. And Sam, I want you to stand up, please. This is Scooter's brother, Sam. Thank you so much. And where is Amanda? Amanda Colbeck, where are you? This evening would not be happening if not for Amanda. I don't know where you are, but thank you so much for everything. I want to thank our Committee for Justice for Women for everything you've been doing. I want to thank Rose Rothstein and for everything that her staff and her team have been doing. This evening would not happen without all these organizations coming together and making it happen. And with that, let me just say a couple of things. Sheryl Sandberg is a great voice. She's a great woman. In a world where it's so difficult for women to actually emerge, she's emerged with class and distinction, and has made a huge difference in our cultural world, but also for women. She's led women to believe in themselves. And Sheryl Sandberg is actually taking the helm to making sure that this film is supported by everyone, so everyone sees it. With that, let me introduce you to Sheryl Sandberg.
We're really thrilled tonight to have this event here in our venue. We offer this house to the whole community, and so we welcome different ethnic groups and religious groups, and as you'll see, different cultural events in our community. And tonight, this is such an important and compelling screening. This is something that has to be emblazoned in our consciousness of telling the story, the true story, and never allowing the truth to be extinguished. And that's what tonight, to a great measure, is about. And it's my great honor to welcome a couple of people who are going to come up and say a few words. Firstly, Scooter Braun, who contributed enormously to the music and entertainment industry, a major activist against anti-Semitism, and he's got a special announcement to make. And one of my dearest friends, New York Times best-selling author, the founder of Justice for Women International and Children Uniting Nations, the very special Daphna Ziman. And as usual, Daphna brought her own fan club tonight. So welcome everyone, and we hope you'll carry the message of tonight out with you and post it and let everyone know what you saw and how it impacted you. Thank you very much.
My goodness, if every temple and every theater had Rabbi Baron at the helm, I think we would be such a great community. Please give him a huge hand. You know, tonight is very, very important. We've all watched television. We've seen the result of intolerance and hate. Just this weekend, we saw the attempted assassination because of intolerance and hate. And here we are tonight, and we've gathered together because every single one of you is a gatekeeper for the future of our children, here locally and globally. Tonight, we have brought together many cultures and many religions, particularly representative of the Jewish religion, the Muslim religion, women groups, and so many others that have an important voice in the entertainment industry as well, because media carries our voices. Co-hosting tonight with me is a person who has made a huge impact on the entertainment industry and the music industry, but that's not why I invited him here tonight. Braun stands at the helm of where we all need to move towards. When he sees the wrong, he actually makes every effort to do something about it. Whether what he's done about the hurricanes, or what he's done for Make-A-Wish, or what he's done when there was terrorism incidents outside the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester. Braun has now, when he has seen what happened at Nova, he took the helm again and decided that it's not going to stop there. And he's going to tell you what he's actually doing about it. So I don't want to steal his words. But it takes people like Scooter. It takes one to make a huge change in the world, just one. And each one of you can be one in a combination of many. And all together, we can have such a huge impact. Because what has happened on October 7th is below the tipping point of humanity. When girls are raped and mutilated as a way of calling warfare on a country, that's somebody else's daughter. It's somebody else's sister. It's some father's crying eyes and mother. And that is intolerable. Such horrific situations should never occur on the global map. So I want to thank you all for responding in such a way. By being here together tonight, you're becoming a part of the pathway towards a better day tomorrow. I particularly want to thank some of the sponsors tonight. Stand with us, Roz Rothstein and Esther here. Thank you so much. Women's Voices Now, Heidi's here. Thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you. The Muslim women organizations that are here tonight, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart. Ross Kemper and Lena Kokorian Kemper, thank you for sponsoring. Michael Thornton, thank you so much for sponsoring tonight as well. And Patty Glazer, thank you for coming forward and supporting this whole situation. You're an angel. And we have somebody here who, against all odds and against many threats, he's here to talk truth. And that's Ahmad, who is actually right here. Thank you, Ahmad. Ahmad's entire family was actually killed during the Gaza-Israel war. He was born in Gaza, and he's here tonight because he couldn't tolerate what Hamas did on October 7, and that truth will ring forever. Thank you so much for your support and your love and your kindness and your truth. And with that, let me introduce my friend, somebody I truly admire, Braun.
Never follow a best-selling author with remarks. Those were incredibly well prepared and beautiful, and I am going to wing it, and my brother's in the front row. I first want to just thank every single one of you for coming. You could have done anything with your Monday night, and you chose to come and witness an incredibly powerful, a very upsetting, and a very important film. And I hope for those of you who have not seen this, what you see tonight is on YouTube. And it's there because after talking to my friend Sheryl Sandberg, who couldn't be here, who's an incredibly brave and powerful person who you will see in the film, they put it on YouTube because it's completely accessible to everyone, and there's no excuse for someone to not take that time to see it. When I met the survivors of Nova, it was at a healing camp with my brother Sam, who's here in Israel. We arrived in the morning at 7 a.m. and we were at a kibbutz by 8. And we saw things that no one should ever see. We saw devastation. Unfortunately, the blood was still on the walls. The smell we'll never forget. And then we went from those communities to the Nova field. And we kind of expected to see what we saw, unfortunately. We knew this kind of evil was in the world because of our family background and the stories of the Holocaust, and my grandmother being in Auschwitz, my grandfather being in Daphna, and my unfortunate experience with someone who had the same ideology as Hamas, who committed a terrorist attack at one of our shows in Manchester. But when we arrived on the 4th day, we went to the Nova Healing Camp, and we saw kids 20 to 24 years old. Many who had lost friends, who had witnessed the things you're going to see, who gave interviews, and they were laughing and crying and singing music and doing therapy together, writing songs. And I sat with one young lady who had lost all of her friends. She was the only survivor out of her group of friends. And she said to me, she goes, you know, you're here, you understand, but if I was out there in the world and I didn't know, maybe I would hate me too. And it was the first time on the trip where I became incredibly angry. Because what happened to those kids at a music festival, the same music festival where our families would have gone to Coachella, or Stagecoach, or Governor's Ball. It was truly a music festival, and these kids were murdered as they were running away, as they were hiding in porta potties, as they were trying to escape in cars. And the world just abandoned them. The world was quiet, the world was silent. The industry I'd given my life for 23 years wasn't saying anything. And I was confused because when we had a terrorist attack in Manchester, 22 people were killed and many more maimed and injured. And within 2 weeks, the entire world rallied behind us. And we threw One Love Manchester just 2 weeks later, which was the biggest concert in the world, broadcast on every major network, every social media site. And every artist from the entire community showed up. 6-hour concert with the biggest names in music. And here I was standing in front of these kids where 380, and now the total is over 400 were killed. 40 were taken hostage. It's the biggest music massacre in history, and no one was saying anything. So we went on a quest to start helping, and we brought the Nova Music exhibit to New York City.